What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one, the only, Ash said it. AshSaidIt.com, AshSaidIt.com. Welcome to the Ash Said It Daily Podcast Show. Appreciate you guys for all of the love and support. Over 1,600 episodes and 500,000 streams worldwide. None of this would be possible without you guys, so I thank you so very, very much. And yes, we have a wonderful romantic weekend ahead of us. So I just had to bring in, she is the interior decorator to the stars, darling. She does so much, and she is just jazzing up your weekend, for you and your huggy, your lovey. I've got the wonderfully talented Angie Cantor with me today. Hey, Angie.
Hi, Ash. Thank you so much for having me on your podcast. Hi, everyone.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us, Angie. Angie, let everyone know, what part of the country are you at today?
So I am looking out the window in beautiful New York City.
Ooh, New York. Now, you guys are getting some snow up there, right?
Yes, we got a nice big dump last week. We were supposed to get some yesterday. It did not come. So, that's when we're happy when the weathermen are incorrect. But it is sunny. It's cold, but it is sunny. So we're happy.
Gotcha. All right. So we're going into the origin story of Angie's Tablescapes. How did it start?
So Angie's Tables, it's interesting. It's something I've been doing for a very long time. And I feel like a lot of us who have passions, or as we might call them, hobbies, and not realize that maybe it's something that could be a business. And I never thought this could be, only because I'm a mom of 3 babies, and my husband one day said, why don't you go into party planning, and, I will support you, and let's make this work. And I said to him, great, I'll never see you or my family for any of our own events. He said, what do you mean? I said, well, you hope you're talented enough that people hire you. And so I'll never be here to do anything for my family because I'll be out doing it for everybody else. And that was something I was not willing to give up, because I love setting a table, hosting a party, planning an event, whatever it may be. I truly love it. And it's funny, my mom has always been the entertainer. She comes from a family of 11 children, and she was always the one who had everybody over, and all the dinners are at our house. And maybe her tablescapes weren't as elaborate, and, they probably didn't even know the word tablescape back then, but she always had stuff on the table, and it was always very pretty and simple, but memorable. And I grew up watching our house filled with our family members coming and going, and what I remember most about that and the importance of it were the memories that my mom created for our family, and all the photos that we have to look back on and to remember those amazing times as a family, as a unit, together. And so, cut to my life, I entertain a lot. I created a supper group called Dinner Chez Nous, where there are 4 to 5 couples. We get together every quarter, and I will create a different theme, whether it's diamonds and rosé or an Italian backyard, and I live in an apartment, and I'll create some type of garden in my home. Right. And so the supper club created, and it gave me this great platform to really push myself and challenge myself creatively. Well, when COVID hit, and we're all stuck at home, I was reminded of the importance of going back and having dinner at the table. Ash, I'm not sure about you when you grew up, but I always had dinner at the table with my parents. Yeah. And I feel like our generation, if I could speak maybe on your behalf there, I feel like our generation, we had that. Yeah. Several generations after us, that kind of went away. Both parents have to work, children have their after-school activities, kids are stuck on their technology, on their, the computers and their iPads and kind of disconnecting. Yeah. And so COVID reminded us and brought us back together because we had to, right? We had nowhere to go. We had to stay home. We had to quarantine. We had to isolate. So, sorry, this is a long-winded story, but that all kind of reminded me of, I miss those times with family and friends. I miss creating those memories. I miss having where we can step away from our life and just come to dinner. And so, some of the comments I would get when I would host events or dinners, people would say, I wish I could do this, or how do you do this? Where do you find things? I'm not creative. And I, during COVID, thought, well, what if I did all of the work for my customer? What if I curated and designed tablescapes? And, tablescapes are just artistic articles on a table. So anything that's on your table is considered a tablescape. Oh. So what if I created a beautiful table that people could purchase, and I send a beautiful how-to-do card in the box. So if you're not sure where your forks and knives and cups and plates go, I could help you and guide you. But it's really simple. And I thought, if I could do that and I sell it e-commerce, now I could still be with my family. For Valentine's, for example, I get to be at home and decorate my table for my husband because I've been already given this out to people beforehand, right? Because you're not buying it the day of. Right. So it kind of served both purposes for me creatively, but then also as a business person. So that's kind of how it all came together. And I ran with it. My products are very, very affordable. No one in the United States is doing this right now. There are two amazing companies in London, England, who I follow and support. They're wonderful ladies. They're just way more high end than what I am selling. And I really want this to be for everyone. I want this to be for Middle America. My New Yorkers here, they all live in small apartments. All of my items come in a beautiful black keepsake box so that you also remain and stay organized, which is, to me, what helps entertaining go more efficiently. You have your items, you know where they are, you grab the box, you fold it out. Guess what? You're done in less than 5 minutes. Now you can focus on your food and what do you want to wear. And so that's kind of how Angie's Tables came about.
That is awesome. Yeah, no, I definitely grew up with the same type of era. Like, we had at least one day that we would all come together as a family. Table settings, my mom was really big on that stuff. Making sure that everything, having the serving dishes and everything, the serving utensils and all that stuff. So it was very formal in our house. Very, very formal.
And can I ask you, just off the cuff, what do you remember most about those kinds of dinners?
They were the best. They were the best because it's like everyone, there wasn't TV on, you couldn't be on your phone, and, you really got to just fellowship with each other and talk about your week or talk about that crazy thing that happened at work and just to be together. I think that is missing from our society now. A lot of people, especially due to COVID, with everything going on and people losing their jobs and people just trying to survive, the togetherness of family is really, a lot of that is lost. I do agree with that.
Yeah. And, I always try to find silver linings in my life, even when horrible things happen. That's just the way that I've been wired and programmed. And, COVID, as challenging as it was for many reasons, the best silver lining that my husband and I talk about to this day and continue to, as struggling as it is with 3 little ones, because it's been hard, I won't deny that. But the best silver lining is that we have had this time together. Yeah. Like we are together all the time, and it's reconnected. My daughter thinks my husband works from home now, and normally he's always traveling, and she doesn't get to see him. So now it's been this great gift of us just being together, and we have dinner every single night because where else are we going? Yeah. Nowhere, right? So, and for me, it's like, whether you do it once a week or if you make it every other night, why not just the table up just a little bit? I'm not saying put on ball gowns and tiaras, although if you like to do that, why not, but why not just make it just a little pretty? And because it's affordable, everyone can do this, and I've talked to a lot of people that will say, I got married and I was given this china or my grandmother's set of dishes or cutlery or, their silver. And it's just put it away. No one's using them. And a lot of compliments I've received are, I get your tablescape. It makes me want to bring that out and remember who gave it to me or celebrate these great gifts that were given to me and my husband or my loved one. And that to me goes, that's another reason why to do this, because we all have these beautiful items in our house, whether we it's brand new or whether it's passed down. I have my grandmother's, one of her first set of dishes, and I have a set of dishes of my own mother's that I incorporate with some of my new items. And I love telling that story of saying, we're eating on my grandmother's plate.
Yeah.
And there's stories there. And I think that brings unity and great conversation. So why not?
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? Now, as we were talking about pandemic and COVID and how it's just changed everything, a lot of couples around the country are just dealing with just difficult and hard times. What would you suggest for couples that maybe need a little bit more togetherness and maybe are needing a romantic weekend in?
Sure. I was married once before, and we had no money. We were both artists, both actors, trying to get on the big Broadway here in New York, which we both did eventually. But, so I've done New York City with no money, and I've done New York City, with some money. And yes, they're two different experiences, but you just have to be creative and think outside the box. And so for couples who are struggling right now, know that you're not alone. B, know that you are a creative person, whether you want to admit it or not. And we're lucky that we have this technology because we can Google anything and find any inspiration, right? So right now on Angie's Tables Instagram, we've been doing a 20-day countdown. So we've got a lot of ideas for everyone, from cooking ideas to games to setting up ideas. For example, how about do a picnic? Why not get maybe your lover's favorite snack? Or maybe you tell each other, we're each responsible to buy our favorite snack, and let's see what that might be. And put out a beautiful blanket and some of your pillows, light a couple candles, turn music on, and surprise each other with that snack or that meal that you think they would love. And it could be affordable because it's what you can afford to buy for that meal, right? You're just buying it for the one person. You have all the other items in your home. It's just taking the time to think about those details, right? You have blankets, you've got pillows, check. You've got music, check. Dim the lights down, done. Maybe put something on, or how about this? Why don't you just go all commando and do, clothing optional Valentine's? Like, there's nothing wrong with that either. Because especially if you don't have children, take it from me, do it now. Because when you have children, that will probably never happen again.
Well, and
my husband actually suggested that when we dated for Thanksgiving. He's like, let's do a naked Thanksgiving. And I was like, are you crazy? No way. And he said to me, he was like, we don't have children and our families haven't yet met, because I guarantee you after this Thanksgiving, we'll never be alone again. And you know what? He's 100% right. And we did do that naked Thanksgiving, and it was amazing. It was amazing. So there you go. There's one quick tip that is totally affordable, but really, honestly, it's just thinking about the little things. If you think about the person across from you that you really love, think about things that they love. Maybe they love books, maybe a beautiful card, maybe send a row of Post-it notes around the house to find something, whether it's a gift, whether it's a love note, whether it's, again, like I said, a card, or whether it's just finding you, playing a love song. Like, it can be that simple. And I know we might feel that's cheesy, but guess what? We've all been quarantined. We've all been stuck at each other's hips. That I feel like a lot of people right now maybe don't love each other as much as they usually do this Valentine's coming around. So let's take a pause. Let's break away from the technology and from the outside world and refocus in on the person sitting across from you.
I love it. So they can go the commando, but they better make sure that they got their Angie's Tablescapes set and in place. I love it.
Well, yes, if you had Angie's Tables, you could take that tablecloth and those napkins and lay it on the floor and spread out all of your foods and your drinks or whatever it is that, you enjoy, and light some candles, and voila, it's all romance.
I love it. Angie, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Ash. Thank you. I appreciate you and allowing Angie's Tables into your platform, into your community, and your fellow followers out there. And we are honored to get to know you and follow you. And thank you so much again for this time.
Absolutely. Angie, let everyone know the best way to get their Tablescapes and also to follow you guys on social media.
Yes, perfect. So our website is angiestables.com, tables with an S. And our Instagram is Angie's _tables. And, we have our Valentine's coming up. We have 2 tablescapes there. Love is in the air and Will You Be My Valentine? But we have our spring collection coming, and we'll have a wonderful July 4th collection as well. Ooh. We try to do every season, and we leave them on our website until, they all sell out. We had a great Christmas. And then we'll get into fall and again next Christmas. So we look forward to having you grace our website. Hopefully, Angie's Tables will be fortunate enough to grace not just your home, but your tables to help you create those wonderful memories with you and your family and your loved ones.
Amazing. Angie, thank you so much. Much appreciated.
Thank you, Ash.
And I thank each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for all of your love and support. Keeping in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do. You look them square in the face, you tell them, don't believe me. Just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for, the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.